this is Herbert A. Brown Jr., Focus Winner. Today's message is recognize God's favor on your life. Psalm 84:11. For the Lord God is our sun and our shield. He gives us grace and glory. The Lord will withhold no good thing from those who do what is right. James 1:16, from his abundance we have all received one gracious blessing after another. Again, today's message is recognize God's favor on your life. Now, God's favor has been on my life since birth, but at the age of 3, some crazy woman tries to abduct me from a nursery school. She says, your mom told me to come pick you up, so she grabs my hand, I'm walking out. God's favor is on my life because my mom was usually the last person to pick me up from nursery school. All the other kids would be taken by their parents, but my mom would come last. That day she came early because she felt something was wrong, and she sees the crazy woman walking with me. She grabs my hand and looks at that woman, and that woman runs off. God's favor was on me as early as 3 years old. God's favor was on my life. In high school, God's favor was on my life when I jumped 23 feet 2 inches, second in the state of California. God gives you sun, and he's also our shield. God's favor was on my life. God's favor was on my life at 23 years old. I was sent with my job to Hong Kong for 2 weeks and to Tokyo, Japan for 2 weeks. There have been people on my job for 20, 30 years, never went on an international trip. God's favor was on my life. God's favor has been on my life since birth. God's favor was on my life when I survived the most horrific car accident. Went through the front windshield. My car crunched up like an accordion. When my dad saw my car, the wreckage of my car, he says, boy, God's favor is on your life. God's favor was on my life. In 1999, I received the Treasury Award, and I also was able to tour the White House. God's favor is on my life. Up to this very day, I recognize favor every day. When I go to the grocery store, suddenly a parking space is available right near the store. When I see there's lines inside the grocery store, a grocery store checker will come and get me and put me in her register where there's no line. God's favor is on my life. Every little thing I see is God's favor on my life. Even when some days when I'm not feeling that great, someone will say good morning with a smile and lift me up. God's favor is on my life. God's favor is on your life. You have to recognize it so that you can be grateful. You can be specific in your gratitude to God because God has you standing through one of the world's worst pandemic, and he has a plan for your life. So recognize God's favor on your life.